Hello everyone, welcome to the Mechanical Engineer. In this video, we are going to see the construction of Mohr circle and we are going to evaluate the stresses on oblique plane. If you haven't seen my previous lecture, I recommend you to watch the previous lecture. I'll give the link in the description where I have explained the basic construction of the Mohr circle. In this, we are going to evaluate the principal stresses using Mohr circle and we are going to find out the stresses acting on the oblique planes also. So this is the problem I have considered. For the state of plane stress shown, determine principal planes, principal stresses, then stress components on the element obtained by rotating the given element counterclockwise to 30 degree. So this is the given state of stresses. So the normal stress sigma x is acting in the tensile direction. It is 100 megapascal. Sigma y is 60 megapascal in the tensile direction. And the tau xy with a magnitude of 48 megapascal, it is acting in the clockwise direction. So first let us construct the Mohr circle. So here both the stresses are in the tensile direction. So I'll have 100 minus 60 divided by 2 as the radius of the Mohr circle. So I have considered a scale of 2 megapascal is equal to 1 mm. So we can fix the scale based on the magnitude. So if it is around 50 to 60, then we can consider 1 megapascal is equal to 1 mm. So here the sigma x value is 100 megapascal. So I have considered 2 megapascal is equal to 1 mm. So for sigma x, I will get 50 mm and for sigma y, I will get 30 mm. This is to reduce the size of the Mohr circle. So if you have a large area to plot the Mohr circle, you can go with 1 megapascal is equal to 1 mm. So first I am drawing a horizontal line and a vertical line. So in the right side, it is normal stress in the positive direction. So sigma positive, and in the left side it is sigma negative. And in the upward, tau in the clockwise direction, and in the downward, tau in the counterclockwise direction. So first I am going to mark the value of sigma x. So sigma x is 100 megapascal, and if I convert this into mm, then I will get sigma x is equal to 50 mm. So I am going to measure 50 mm and I am going to mark a point. So sigma x is equal to 50 mm. This is the length of sigma x. So that is stress acting on the plane. Next one is sigma y. So sigma y is also in the positive direction. So 60 megapascal. So I am marking in the positive side with a distance of 30 mm because 2 megapascal is equal to 1 mm. So sigma y is equal to 30 mm. Next I am going to mark the tau xy. So here the tau xy is acting in the clockwise direction. So I should mark in the upward direction. So in the right side I will have tau xy because it is acting from the point sigma x. In the left side it will act from the point sigma y. So when I consider the right side, it is sigma xy and it is acting in the clockwise direction. So I should measure a distance of 24 mm in the upward side. 24 mm, that is my tau xy. Okay, so tau x is acting in the positive direction. So in the right side I have marked it. Tau y is also acting in the positive direction. So tau y, and the tau xy is acting in the clockwise direction. So tau xy in the upward. Similarly, tau yx is acting in the counterclockwise direction. So this is tau yx and it is acting in the counterclockwise direction. So from point sigma y, I have marked 24 mm in the downward direction. So this is tau yx. Now I am going to connect these 2 points. So this is the connection line. Now I am going to fix the compass at the center and I am going to consider this length as the radius and I am going to mark a circle. So this circle is called as Mohr circle. So first I am going to measure the maximum and minimum principal stresses. So in the Mohr circle, this point is considered as the maximum principal stress. So I am going to measure the length. So it is around 66 mm. So from the center to the extreme length, it is 66 mm. And the left side, the minimum radius is 14 mm. I mean the minimum distance is 14 mm. This is considered as the minimum principal stress. So it is actually measured in mm. Later we will convert it into megapascal. And this inclination is considered as 2 theta p, that is 2 times the principal angle. So it comes around 67 degree. Now we will mark the principal plane. So if 2 theta is 67, then theta p is 33.5. So from the horizontal line I am going to mark 33.5 and I am going to plot the stresses. So in the x direction, so I am going to rotate this in this direction because this is my plane, and from the plane to achieve the horizontal axis, I have rotated in the clockwise direction. So here also I am going to rotate it in the clockwise direction. So this is going to be my sigma 1. So here I have measured the sigma 1 value as 66 mm, and I am converting it into megapascal using our scale. So it is sigma 1 is equal to 132 megapascal. Similarly, sigma 2 is the minimum principal stress. So 14 mm. So 14 into 2 we will get 28 megapascal. Now we have calculated the principal stresses. Next I am going to calculate the stress component at the oblique plane. So the plane is at an angle of 30 degree. So always remember that if the angle is 30 degree, when you are marking on the Mohr circle, you should consider the dimensions, the inclinations as twice. So like here the theta p is 33.5, but the 2 theta p is 67. Similarly, the theta is given as 30 degree in the problem, and while marking the angle in the Mohr circle, I am going to consider 2 theta. So 2 theta is equal to 60 degree, and in the question it is given that we are going to rotate the plane in the counterclockwise direction. So I am rotating this plane in the counterclockwise direction with an inclination of 60 degree, and I am going to plot a line. So this is going to be my plane by rotating the element into 60 degree in the counterclockwise direction. So remember that I am going to rotate state of stress into and counterclockwise direction of 60 degree. Okay, so 2 theta is equal to 60 degree. Now I am going to measure the lengths, and the right side, the extreme length is sigma theta 1, it is 55 mm, and the left side, the minimum length is 24 mm, sigma theta 2. So now we will mark in the elements. So I am going to consider theta as 30 degree. I am going to rotate my element into 30 degree, and my magnitudes of stresses are sigma 1 is 110 megapascal because the length is 55 mm. I am going to convert this into megapascal. So it is 110 megapascal, and sigma 2 is 48 megapascal because the length is 24 mm. So it is 48 megapascal. So this is how you can calculate the principal stresses and the stress acting on the oblique plane. So remember that this line is our given state of stress, and I am going to rotate this in the clockwise direction to get the principal stress value. So this is our principal plane, and as it is given in the problem, that is 30 degree in the counterclockwise direction. So I am rotating the plane again in the 30 degree in the counterclockwise direction, and I am measuring the stresses on the oblique plane.